Hello and welcome back to The Hill. My name is Worthington Moore, and joining me on today is Jemal Wote. He is a SWAC track and field champion. He is also a two-time SWAC track and field outstanding athlete, as well as being a six-time gold medalist for SWAC. So help me introducing Mr. Jemal Wote. Jemal, how are you doing on today?
I'm good, Worthington. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Just wanted to have you on here on the program here today because you have such an amazing special story. So I think I'll start with this one. This question. So you transferred from U of H and you came to Prairie View. So I just wanted to ask you, how has the experience been so far for you?
I mean, it's been great. I've had a pleasure of being around my teammate for 3 seasons. Well, one whole year, but that's for runners. That's 3 seasons. So it's been great, and I'm looking forward to being around other students that are not an athlete.
Yeah, so you did also have another transfer. I just want to make people at home aware of that. Whenever you did come from Ethiopia to the States, whenever you're a kid. So I kind of wanted to ask you about that. How was it like being born another nation, another country, growing up with that experience and having to come over to America and sort of like adjust to a whole new culture, learning a whole new language and all of that?
It was a little hard at first because I didn't know the language, and then I was able to pick it up quickly because I was young, and I was around well, everybody spoke English, so it wasn't easy, but it was like easy to pick it up at the young age. So you know I just I didn't really need to speak to anyone to have fun, so it was just like I'm one of those people that just enjoys time all the time.
Yeah, honestly. So kind of like speaking to you coming over from U of H to Prairie View. How were you feeling whenever you realized that for the 2020 cross country season that it was basically canceled and that there would be no cross country season at all?
It was that was a hard pill to swallow because I
Mhm.
was looking forward to that, like during the summer, like I'm doing now. Like every summer, I try my best to get to that next level, and like the first test of like if you get to that next level is cross country season, and like cross country is hard sport, and like
Yeah.
it will break you. So I try to get ready as much as possible by doing my part during the summer, just training hard, and like I was training hard. And I think that summer was probably my best summer training so far. And like it was just like when they sent that email halfway through, I don't know, I think like around the end of July or something, like it was
Yeah,
just like
somewhere around there.
it was just like breaking, like it's like a break. It was just hard. And then I was hopeful though, because like I was hoping like in the middle of the season, somewhere down the line, they would change their mind and just like bring it back. But that was just hard. It just like they just kept, and then at the end of the day, they didn't even bring it back. So yeah, that was hard.
Yeah, but you do have well, hopefully everything goes right, but Lord willing, you do have a cross country season this upcoming fall. So continuing on with cross country and you coming over here from U of H, I kind of want to talk about your teammates and sort of like your initial reaction and a response to them. So what did you initially think about Prairie View's cross country distance squad?
Usually, when you meet like your teammate, like in high school or in college, like is when I first met like the UH team, like the whole team was together. So like as soon as like I was on the team, I met everybody on the team. So like the introduction, everything was there from the coaches and from everything. And then in high school, like when you join the team, like you kind of I joined even in high school, I joined running. I think my freshman year, the second semester. So during the track season, and like everybody was around that time, so I was able to pick up like the whole thing. But when I started at PV, I didn't get to meet my teammate till I'll say like a month or like maybe 2 3 weeks into the school. So
Yeah.
like it was just like hard not knowing anybody, and then it took me a while to meet my teammates. But like as soon as we met, we just like everybody on the team were good people. So we just like we just able to go get that instant chemistry, and once we got together, it was just like instant friendship, and then we just like built from there. And we had rough patches, not like
Mhm.
with each other, but it was just hard for us to get better as a team because like we had things coming out. We had COVID kept messing up
Yeah.
our season. That we just like it just made it hard for us to be around one another for a long time. But like other than
Mhm.
that, like we had, I think everybody on the team was great. I think everybody on the team was great. So it was just easy being around them, getting along together. So it's just like I'm actually appreciative of that, having people like that around me the whole time. Yeah.
Yeah, so you talked about those rough patches, those sort of things that involved, I believe, the athletic department somewhere in October, November, shutting down. I believe that there'd be, you yourself were shut down. You had to be put in, I believe, in the university college because you had been near someone who had contracted COVID. So how was that experience? Um, being basically put in your own little separate building and, having to, enclose yourself within a solitary space.
That was hard because one is it's lonely being in there. It's just like it's just you and I don't know like a dorm, and you can't leave not any time of the day, and you just locked in there eating the cafeteria food for the whole I don't know 2 weeks. It was just hard. Plus, like as an athlete, you don't want to stop doing what you do because you get you don't want to pass this disease to anybody or hurt yourself because like the only time we take off, I
Hmm.
try my best to like not take off anytime unless it's my off season, which I need to give my body a break, give it a little rest, and then so I can get back into full season and hopefully have a long season. Other than that, I don't want to stop halfway through the season and take a break.
Yeah.
That happened in like the middle of the season. Oh, no, we wasn't having a season, so it's just like we was getting ready for the season, and like you don't want to. I don't like stopping what I
Hmm.
started unless like this season is over. I'm gonna take
Yeah.
this much break and then get back into it. But that forced me to like stop halfway through my training, which made it hard for to come back and just like messed up the whole. We have like specific training plans,
Hmm.
specific period of time when we're off, when we're on, and that just like having COVID is just like it wasn't in our hands no more. It was just like, I we're healthy now. We get back to training. Oh, we can't run because of COVID. It's just
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah, and I believe that you're impacted by that two yourself separate times. One during the fall season, and then the other time halfway through, I believe, the outdoor season. But I kind of want to switch the subject up, go into indoor, and I just want to talk about that briefly because for the both men and women's team for the indoor season, you can't even really call it an indoor season. I believe that the only indoor, experience that y'all had was, the indoor track and field championship. Whenever your both teams went over to Alabama, and that whole event took place. I believe that I don't know the name of it right now, but there is an indoor complex over there. But as for the other meets, all of them took place at your own track and field stadium. And so, whenever it came to that, how are you impacted by not having that sort of experience? Because you are running indoor, and so how is it? How are you feeling going into indoor track and field championships, not having that sort of experience that maybe other SWAC teams did?
It's that was hard because like when we were running outdoor, even though during it was indoor season, it was just like hard because like you don't really want to compare yourself to other people on
Mhm.
in any way that hinders you and stuff like that. But
Mhm.
like, but when you are competing for the same season, you want to see where everybody kind of stand, and like the only way for us to like compare ourselves to the other people in the SWAC, or if we had a chance to compete in the indoor. So even though we were running and
Yeah.
like the same distances that other people were running in the SWAT. We just our time didn't really mean nothing because we was
Yep.
running outdoor while they were running indoor. So it's just like that was just like, am I what am I in a good shape? Plus, like we were running against the same people,
Yep.
basically just like us Prairie View people running against one another, plus
TSU.
other plus TSU. So it's just like I where am I at? What do I need to work on? Plus, like indoor is 200 meters, and like
Mhm.
when it's different distances, even though like your that distance that we're racing is the same thing,
Yep.
the the curve is shorter. So
The curves, the atmosphere, breathing, all of that stuff makes it
breathing all that stuff. Yeah, so that whole thing is different. So it's like even if even though I wasn't running that much faster, I mean running that fast, like it just makes it hard to say, you know what, maybe I can't breathe indoor. Maybe
Mhm.
I don't know how to turn quickly. Maybe I'll get backspin and all that. It's just like indoor is just that much harder. So it's just like am I ready for this and all that?
Yeah, and especially as a distance athlete, many people it's like, oh, it's the same difference, but it really does play a huge factor. At least how you can mentally prepare, because maybe it's you come down to that last lap that's on the track, and you think, oh, I've got like 400 meters, and you have to really adjust in your head. No, I've only got 200 meters. I have to make a move right now. So definitely something that really does impact you both physically when it comes to the atmosphere, and also mentally when it comes to just wrapping your head around the lap track and all those things. So I also want to continue with indoor. That saw you. You won basically all your events. Your team came in second for the DMR distance medley relay, but at the end of the day, you were not voted, but you had the most points out of any track and field athlete there. But on the team side, Prairie View men's team came in second. So how was that? Was it a bittersweet feeling? Winning an individual award, but not winning it more so as a team.
Oh, it definitely was because like I was as we were getting through like the first day, we started off was good. I think me and you we were both like up there. We scored in a 3K. So like on our first day we were close to we were the team we were up there. We were close. So like going into that second day we were just like hoping we would pull it off. But and then we were even doing good at the beginning. So it just like
Yeah.
he just kind of got away from us. It just like actually by the time like we raced like the mile, we still thought we had a chance. And like I know like so we at that once we got to the mom as
Mhm.
for me like the shorter the distance gets the harder for me like the races and
Mhm.
like my confidence is like I would say I'm very confident in myself, but like it's just like mile is like something that can get away from you quickly. And just like I
Yeah.
struggled the first day in the DMR, like you said. I couldn't pull it off and just get us the win in the DMR. So
Mhm.
it's just like the transition, like I'm not. I have to score good in a mile for us to still stay close as a team point. And like so just like my mind was just like on that mile after like the mess up on the DMR. So
Yeah.
like we came and we actually did good in the DM in the mile, and like we're still close. And after that it just kinda got away from us. So it's just like from
Yeah.
that point on it's just like we're
Yeah.
just doing this. And then
Mhm.
uh like the 5K, like I just raced it so we can have at least like uh
At least make it tight. Even though it pretty much that Alabama State as a team on the men's side
yeah,
ended up winning the whole thing. But make it a little bit closer. So it's like
yeah,
we went out with I know, with our heads held high, even though
Yeah,
we were still going to lose by.
yeah. It was just like that, get momentum going into like outdoor thing. It was
Yeah,
definitely like it was like what made it even harder was just like I was as we finished, like our coach is like he was he looked like he wasn't like mad or anything, but like it was just hard watching him not go home without you know without a trophy. It's just like hard
yeah,
because like you as an athlete you train for yourself and then for your teammate and for your coach and like you wanna those are like yes we have our parents that are always supporting us and we can't do this without them but
yeah,
like when it comes to like sport track and field and then I don't know about the sport but like the people that are around you when you're training and when you're like training is hard and like the hardest
mhm.
the people that are around you are your coach and your teammates and like you don't want to you don't want to let them down in any way so you give it your best all the time so it was just hard not giving him a trophy but yeah.
Yeah. Track and field truly is an individual team sport where like everyone works, together. They work together as a team, to get better. But it really is at the end of the day, it's on the individual, and that's where those points come from. And I definitely know that that's kind of one of the hard things to look at. But transitioning, from indoor season to outdoor season, I know that y'all got back some, multis. Y'all got back Tristan. Y'all got back Sonny, both who are one of the top two scorers on the team who bring in consistent points. And then you also brought in some other people. And then there were just, that feeling that, hey, this is our time because the SWAC and Field Championships took place at Prairie View, and it kind of just seemed as if everything was kind of coming together. So tell me how it felt, at the end of the day, to know that as a team you're SWAC champions.
Oh man, it was great. It like going like I don't want to say we knew we were gonna win, but like we was pretty confident because like I said, in go like finishing like that indoor season. I mean like indoor championship. Like we weren't close to the finishing first, but like we were close enough to where like we looked like as a team when we kind of sat down and looked at it, it was like we have Tristan and Sunny coming back, plus we have this person and this person coming back healthy. So it's just like we just had to put it together, even though it didn't go the way we had planned it. Like it just like we knew from the beginning. As soon as indoor ended, we knew who would get him back. We knew it was
Yeah,
like we were gonna be champions. It was just like a matter of like we just got to get through this season healthy, which a lot happened, but at the end of the day, we got it done. It was amazing feeling. What we went through between indoor and outdoor just made it so much sweeter. Like that
yeah,
between indoor and outdoor, like not even like me individually, just like my whole team. Like we went through a whole lot, and just like when we finally got it done, it was amazing.
yeah. And I kind of this next question kind of does deal with you individually, because it was one of those moments where you kind of think would never happen, but accidents do happen, and but this one was a sort of huge error, and it cost ended up costing one person a placement. It dropped them down from silver to bronze. So I wanted to ask you, how were you feeling during that 10,000 meter race? And the judge, the officials, whoever, they accidentally count off one of the laps as being the final lap, when in actuality it was actually the 24th lap. So I just want to make this clarification: in the 10,000 meters, 25 laps. So it's very easy to get caught, being caught unaware. But how did you feel whenever you were basically told, hey, this is the bell lap, you run that, you and this other guy, y'all ran tremendously, but then towards the end, like after you think that you finished, they tell you, hey, you've got one more. So how are you feeling whenever you thought that you'd won the race, that you ran tremendously, you ran your heart out, and then to come back and realize, oh my goodness, that's not the end of the race.
Oh, that was hard to that was hard. Usually when I'm running, I don't I don't rely on myself to count the laps because I
Yeah.
know I'll mess up somewhere. I just my mind goes in different places. Like when I'm running, it's just like I might just like focus on like the move I'm making like right now and then, and just like forget the lap. So usually when I'm running, I know I can hear everybody that cheers me on, but like I
Hmm.
always speak out that noise, and like it's always like when it was in Bel Air, it was like my coach then, and when I was at Houston, it was always it's my coach in Houston, and then like
Hmm.
now this year it was Coach Clay. So it's just like
Yeah.
I always listen to that, but this time they made it hard because like they rung the bell, and like
Yep.
I'm not gonna even though I was listening to what he was saying, it was
Hmm.
like they rung the bell. So it was like it wasn't that I wasn't trusting him or anything. It was like
It's one or two things. You got to listen to your coach, Coach Clay. You got to listen to the bell up. It's
the bell, and like they rang the bell, and like we're just like okay, and like we started going. I think we didn't like the fastest lap. It was fast for the 10K for anything for
yeah.
closing lap, and then as we were finishing, like I just looked up and like my coach was
Hmm.
yelling. He was just yelling, "You got one more! You got one more! You got one more!" I finished. I crossed the line
Yeah.
to win it, and then I saw my coach. Like even though the people on the sideline were yelling at me, I was
Hmm.
just looking at him, and like I saw he was saying one more, one more. So I just kept on running, but like I couldn't keep on running because I was tired. But like I just kept looking back, hoping like no one was near me. I was just like I was confused through the whole thing. I know I was running another lap, but like I was tired. I was confused. I was mad, but like I couldn't stop because like it's a I can't be mad because like we need that team point, and like if I just be mad and like stop halfway, we're losing that much point. So I just kept running. I was tired, confused, but I had to keep going.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm just gonna, let this be the last question. Kind of, talking about the upcoming season, cross country. Hopefully, it does happen. Knock on wood. But what are your expectations for, the fall cross country season?
I'm excited. I am excited because cross country more than track is an actual team sport where
Hmm.
everybody's doing the same distance. We're all going to the same meet. Uh, and we line up at the same time. So like, I'm excited. I'm just hoping healthy season for me and my teammates, and I think that plays a big part in it. It's just the health part of the runner is the big part. So I hope we are ready by that time, and hopefully we can have a strong, healthy, full season, and hopefully we have that. And I think we can do great if we have that.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Jamal, for joining us. Thank you so much for going through pretty much, your whole year in a glance. Thank you to the viewers for watching. This has been The Hill. I'm your host, Worthington Moore, and this was Jamal Wote. And we will see you on next week. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.